for Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, stick around. There could be a reading for you in this next message, or a message in this next reading, so shall I say. All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Aquarians. Grateful, thankful to each and every one of you. So let's see what's going on for all of my Aquas. It's a windy, windy day outside. I don't know if you can hear the wind. Let's see what's going on for the next 7 to 10 days. Now listen, Aquarius, we start with the thumbnail. Your thumbnail comes out as house. So some of you may be looking for a house, wanting to buy a house, wanting to sell a house. There's something around a house. Issues around the house might come up. But you know, the bottom of the deck comes up with a gift. So if you have been looking for a house, wanting to know whether or not you're going to find a house, you know, the fact that the gift card came along with this, I feel as if there is going to be progress around that energy. So whatever's going on with your house right now, you know, just know that I think something good is going to end up coming as a result of it. All right, but we are reading for all of my Aquarians for the next 7 to 10 days. Grateful, thankful for all of my Aquarians. Appreciate each and every one of you being a part of my channel. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really makes a difference to my channel. But I'm going to shuffle the cards just a couple more times for you, Aquarius, and see what's going on. Making sure things are not mixed up. All right? All right, Aqua, let's see what's coming out for you for the next 7 to 10 days. First card for you is the Star card coming in reverse to the Six of Cups. To the Eight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, down and out. Be hopeful, all right? Because I feel as if something really good is coming towards you, all right? You know, sometimes we got to go through all the motions. But you, Aquarius, we got to get out of this, the head, all right? We've got the Eight of Swords over here. I mean, a lot of mental energy going on. Moon, also reverse. Deep stuff coming to the forefront. Feelings, I think, that you haven't felt for a while. You know, there's a situation that could be, you know, from your past, because we do have the Six of Cups here on this Star card. You know, it could be around kids. It could be around, you know, just a relationship in general. And it could be a situation just, you know, in your past that seems to be reoccurring right now. Maybe it's just something that, you know, it's some trauma that you haven't been able to let go of. You know, and it's really affecting you. But, you know, you've got to put it to an end. We have this Death card here, all right? And this is your recent past, all right? And it's not upright, okay? So there's something that I feel consciously, or maybe unconsciously, you have chosen not to really bring to a complete end. I mean, you've been hanging on to something for sure, because we have this Eight of Cups here reversed. You know, you've been trying to make something work, not really sure whether you should just leave or not. Because again, the uncertainty of ending a situation. Now, for some of you, I wonder whether or not you have a trauma bond with someone. And if you don't know what a trauma bond is, this is where the two of you went through something. You know, it could be like the two of you had a miscarriage, all right? And then, you know, you just never recovered from the loss of that child. And because of that, the two of you kind of hang on to each other. You know, that's an example of a trauma bond. And because I keep feeling it, I have to say that I'm feeling like, you know, some of you guys out there are experiencing this. And it's really important that, you know, we learn how to process, you know, these feelings rather than give them energy. Because as long as we hang on to it, you know, it's going to keep us down. And, you know, we want to be happy in our lives. Hi, Nora. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good today. Yeah, so Aquarius, there is this real strong need for you to quit putting energy into a situation or into someone, you know, that is really bringing you down. Because I see you continually trying to give them another chance. Look at this Five of Cups. You know, and then we have the Emperor sitting right underneath it. I'm just like, who's controlling who here, you know? Because I feel like even though you know deep down, says the Moon, deep down, what you need to do, you seem really, really trapped by it. So I think this energy, this retrograde, this Mercury retrograde is really trying to get you to really look at what it is you are hanging on to and why you're hanging on to it. Does somebody have more control over you, not letting you let go, not wanting you to move on? Because I do feel like, Aquarius, you're dealing with someone who they're not in it for you. Right? I have to say that because I've got the Knight of Cups here. This is reversed. I've got the Knight of Wands here, also reversed. This is an energy that says a lot of things. I say a lot of things. I do a lot of things, but I end up hurting you anyway, right? The Knight of Wands at the root of what's going on. You know, you can't keep talking around what's really happening. And again, I get that trauma bond for some of you. And, you know, you're together, but you don't want to be together. I don't think either one of you are happy. I mean, honestly. I don't think anybody is happy in this situation. You know, because here with this Eight of Pentacles, I mean, is the possibility of you guys really being able to build a home together to where you can really make it work? I think you know. And I think you talk yourself in and out of it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it'll be okay. But then, you know, the truth is it's not okay. And then you turn around and, you know, it's okay. You know, but here I feel as if, you know, you're selling yourself short because this Knight of Wands wants to be free, wants to have fun, wants to be happy. They are the life of the party. They like to, you know, get out there and explore all the options that are out there. And I feel like you're holding back. But the core of this reading really is around a relationship, all right? Because this Knight of Cups here, I mean, I think you would love them to be serious and to really be, you know, involved. But why are we together? I think is the bigger question. Why are we still doing this when none of us is happy? We've got the Star card. You know, nobody's happy here. Moon, these feelings. So I feel like this week, Aquarius, a lot is going to stir deep inside of you. A lot of stirrings, and you know, the thing is you're going to have to really kind of cull through all of these emotions. And I say that because we've got this Queen of Cups here coming in as your final outcome. She's upside down. So when you're in this energy of this Queen of Cups reversed, you don't trust yourself. You don't trust what you're doing. You don't believe yourself. You don't believe them. You don't believe anybody. I mean, it's very unstable energy with your emotions around this person. And I feel like you might be even a little older than them. So, yeah, Aquarius, you know, this connection you have with this person, I think you know deep down that it's never going to be what you want it to be. Eight of Cups, right? You don't want to walk away, right? You don't want to walk away, but you don't want it either. You know, but here, you know, you just don't have the energy to continue. I feel like this person, they have some, you know, toxic traits to them. I mean, here I always get like a lot of drinking and with this Emperor here, a lot of control. I mean, you know the truth of the situation, Aquarius. You just need to really face it, all right? Because this Queen, you know, she puts her hands over that cup because she doesn't want to open up, you know, but it may be that you need to really open up to the real truth of your feelings because, you know, you've been really stuck here. I mean, you've been stuck in this energy, but your feelings are starting to surface. And I just think that you can't pretend in this situation anymore. You know, just because something happened between the two of you doesn't mean that that's what bound you. And I feel like that has been the problem, that you've been hanging on to something that happened in the past that, you know, but it's time to let it go and move on so that everybody can be happy again. But here, you know, you don't want it to end and you want to hang on to it. And I think the more you try to hang on to something that wants to be let go, the harder it's going to be to hang on to it. And especially when you start to see that this person, their intentions towards you, it's more about them and not about you. And I think this is this awareness that really starts to come up. But emotions are definitely really, really deep for you, Aquarius. So I hope that helps someone out there. I appreciate all of you tuning in and being part of the channel. See, I do see like somebody wants to come back. You know, and it's just like, let's see if we can make this work one more time. We've already tried 9 other times, but let's try one more time. You know, so I think this is a week where, you know, you're going to stop and say, maybe we can't try anymore. Maybe it really is over. All right. Anyway, hard reading for you, Aquarius, but those were the cards. So we take what comes out and we leave what doesn't work for us. All right. But now I'm going to ring my bell. Let's clear the energies a little bit and let's look at the chat and see what you guys are all doing in the chat. How are you, everyone? Nice to see Noor and Chad and Himani. Welcome, Himani. Love from India. Oh, nice, nice. Chad, what's my age? You look so young. Give your phone to your great-grandparents. I am actually an old lady, Chad. I really am. All right, let's see. What's going on, Shiva? Nancy? Shiva, you got a question? What's your question? Good evening. Pavan Itirupati. Boy, I really struggle with your names. What's up, Sam? Shiva's got a question. I'm going to pull a card for Shiva. How are you, Sam? Terry, welcome in. Nancy, you also have a question. All right, while we wait for Shiva to put her question in, let's see what's going on with Terry. Terry, what's happening with you? What do I see about you this year? Give me a card for Terry Wallace about this year. Okay, God. Thankful for the message for Terry Wallace today. Welcome in, you guys. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference. Thanks, Sam. My $1 billion smile. It actually cost that much. I was blessed with really bad teeth. Anyway, this is what I end up with. All right, let's see, Terry, card for you. All right, card for you, the Fool. Don't make any foolish risks. All right, especially around money. All right, because here we've got the Fool, we've got the Page. Just be very, very careful in what you invest in this year. All right, because this Fool tells me you could risk a lot. And with that Page of Pentacles, you could lose a lot. All right, so don't do anything foolish, all right, when it comes to your money. Hierophant. But I do see that, you know, this year you're going to come into your own, Terry. You're going to really feel more like you than you probably ever have. When I have this energy of the Hierophant come in like this, I call this, you know, true authenticity. This is you finally doing you. But be very, very careful that you don't, you know, do some stupid things that could end up getting you financially broke, all right? Terry, that's what I've got for you. So what? Welcome in. One card for you. Of course you can. If you want to be a tarot reader, you can be a tarot reader. You know how, you know, I became a tarot reader because I like the pictures. And then I didn't know what the pictures meant. So I got some books. And I really studied the books. And then, you know, it just got down to like, I don't know what this means. And started really like dancing with the cards. But it's just practice. You too can be a tarot reader. All right, Sawat, let's pull a card for you. And then we'll get to Shiva. All right, Surat, ready? Your card today is that of the King of Wands. Talk about some very empowering. So this could be you. This could be somebody that you are really involved with. This is an energy of somebody very charismatic, very charming, very entrepreneurial business, very creative. I like this energy. Let's get another one for you, Surat. Oh, Five of Wands. Listen, you need to believe in yourself because I feel like you can go up against the competition and really land what it is they're after, all right? So believe in yourself. If you've got a really great idea on some kind of business or anything like that, I really feel like, you know, it has the ability, you know, to really produce something really good. But I do see a lot of competition. Be patient because I think, you know, whatever it is that you are trying to build, you know, as far as, you know, a life or a career, with some patience, you're going to really land something really, really good, Surat. So you got 3 cards. Shiva, how is 2025 year for you about your career, love, marriage, and money? Oh, well, let's take a look. Hi, Nancy. Welcome in. Angel Wings, nice to have you in as well. Yeah, claim it because that was really good reading. All right, let's see, Shiva. Let's look at your year for you. All right, give me 3 cards for Shiva for her year in 2025. We have you. All right, listen, I feel as if you're going to meet somebody this year. You know, we've got the Page of Cups in the middle. At least start something really, really new with someone. You know, but I feel like, you know, this is going to be a year where you're going to have to put your guard down. All right, when we start with the 9 of Wands coming in reversed, You know, this is you being very, very guarded. And it comes from past experience, you know. But, you know, I'm feeling like you just need to let your walls down a little bit and start to get yourself out there, because I see that you could really have a real good time, you know, especially around youth, you know. I mean, enjoy your youth. And then we have the High Priestess coming in reversed, which, you know, tells me that I feel like you will be shown something this year when it comes to how you want to live your life. With that High Priestess coming in, I think you're going to learn something. I am definitely feeling that you are going to meet someone, Shiva, this year. I do have the Lover's card here coming in. We've got the Page of Cups. This could be something that happens really, really quick. But again, you've got to be open to love, because I think love really wants to come through for you this year. All right, Shiva, that's what I've got for you. Nancy, can I crack my entrance in this year? Is that like your entrance exam? Angel Wings, I'd be happy to pull a card for you if you'd like. All right. Let's find out what's going on with Nancy, and then I'll pull a card for you. All right, Angel? All right, let's see what's going on. Nancy. Hey, hit that like button, people. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me grow my channel. All right, let's see. Nancy. Upright is yes. Reverse is no. Can you get a card? You will. All right. Let's see if you're going to crack your entrance into this year. Upright for yes. Reverse for no. And the answer is absolutely. I feel like you're going to align very nicely. You might get married. I see marriage. Definitely a union of higher being for you. All right. Nancy, so I think this is going to be a really, really good year. Very positive. Really, really good. I feel like you have a real blessing. And family. I mean, something around love, marriage, family. Really looking good for you. I like that. I really like that for you. All right. Who's it going to read for next? That was you, Nancy. That was for you. Angel Wings. I want to pull a card for Angel. You want love to come for you too? Well, let's see what comes out. We need to pull a card for Angel Wings. Angel Wings would love a card around love. What can you tell me about love and Angel Wings? Well, there could be someone. Let's see. Look at that. You want love, Angel? Here it comes. We've got the Lover's card. 6, I think June. By June. If you are not with someone by June, I'd be very surprised. Yeah. You know, it may, you know, it's funny though. I feel like you might meet someone and you may not like them at first. So be open, Angel, all right? Because I definitely feel love is in the cards for you. For sure, for sure, for sure. Anyway, really nice. All right, who else is out there? Lata, welcome in. Welcome in. Please tell about a teenager, Leo, in 2025. Like, what we have to do and what's going to happen. Is this your kid? Is this somebody you know? You're smiling, Angel? Yeah, right? And you talk about love and out comes the Lover card. Well, you got to go for it. But I was definitely picking up June. All right? 6 weeks or June. But June came in so strong that I'm going to roll with that. Marcelo, thank you for the super chat. All right, listen, I'm going to read for Lata first, all right, because she was before you. And we got to find out about this teenager. Tell me about this teenager that Lata is inquiring about. Thanks for the super chat, Marcella. I'll get right to you. All right, let's see, Lata. Let's see what's going on. All right, 4 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles reversed, and Judgment. All right, listen, when it comes to the energy around this teenager, I see them sneaking around. 4 of Cups, very unsettled energy, all right? I feel like they're bored, all right? A lot of boredom comes with the 4 of Cups. And then the 5 of Pentacles, you know, so they're out looking for trouble. Here they are, 7 of Swords sneaking around. Listen, I think, you know, there needs to be a sense of, you know, just make sure that there is a place where they can feel secure. And the Judgment card, you know, there is a room for forgiveness. But I just feel like this person, this teenager is very bored. You know, what my advice would be is to find out what would engage them. Are they into music? Get them a guitar. You know, are they really into something else? Do that, you know. But boredom is the core issue of what's going on with this teenager in your world. All right, Lata, that's what I see. But I see, you know, I see things turning around. I do see things turning around. All right, listen, I got to turn my attention to the person that gave me a little bit of money here, bought me a cup of coffee. Really appreciate that, Marcella. What is your question? Let's see. Where are you? Do you have a question? No question. It was just a gesture of kindness. Thanks for tipping the tarot reader. I really appreciate that, Marcella. But I'm happy. Oh, here, wait a minute. There it is. What does April hold for your family and you? All right, I see the question now. Hey, Judy, welcome in. All right, listen, Marcella, let's find out what April's going to look like for you guys, all right? What does April look like for my dear friend Marcella? What does it look like for her and her family? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Marcella. Really grateful for the cup of coffee she bought me. Really appreciate that. Can we buy a cup of coffee for $2 now? Is that the question? I'll find it. All right, Marcella, you ready? Listen, April, all right, there could be some delays when it comes to an opportunity. You may learn of some news that kind of throws you off for a little bit. But I do feel like there is going to be a new offer coming towards you, a Knight of Cups coming in. I like that, you know, so even though I feel like April starts out a little hard, all right, because the Ace of Pentacles, I mean, you're really hoping for something to come through, and I think that you don't hear it. But by the end of April, if you wait patiently, I mean, I really feel as if something is going to come through for you. Yeah, just hang in there, you know, stay positive, all right? Stay positive. Just because it doesn't start out good doesn't mean it's not going to end good. I see that there is going to be something better towards the end of the month for you. On the bottom of the deck, look how happy your family is, all right? So, listen, you know, just stay positive no matter what, Marcella, all right? Things will turn in a good way for you guys. All right, that's what I've got for you. Angel Wings has been manifesting. We can all manifest. I practice manifestation all the time. It's like I'll go out and I'll be like, today I want to find a purple octopus. And then I spend, I don't know how much time looking for a purple octopus. You know, I don't go to the kids' books or anything, just in my passing days. And then I'll spot that purple octopus and I'll be like, see, I manifested that. Anyway. Ooh, you are in a dance competition, Lata. Let's see. That was confirmation for you? Okay, good. Yeah, just be patient because, you know, I really feel like your patience is going to be the key. And positivity. All right, Lata, let's see. Can you win your new interclass dance competition? You know that dancer that was just the ice skating dancer that just won? I don't know what her name was. You know, when I was watching her dance, the reason why she won is because she was just enjoying every single moment for herself. She danced for her, not for everybody else. So maybe you want to watch her dance, Lata, and just kind of pick up on some of her vibe before you go in. But let's see, how are you going to do in this dance competition? Look at that. Listen, you love what you do, and I feel like you are going to come out really, really well. And I think people are going to love you also in this competition. That's a great card to pull for you. All right, Lata, so I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good for you in this competition. I like it. I like it. Ashku, welcome in. Goddess of the Water, welcome back. How are you? How are you? Melody, welcome. First time here. Yeah, come back. Come back, come back. All right, Melody, you want to know, will you be able to pay your house off? Well, let's see. Upright for yes, reverse for no. Let's see what comes out for you, Melody. All right? Let's find out. Melody would like to know whether she will be able to pay her house off. You know what I just heard? Where there's a will, there's a way. But let's see what the cards have to say. Will you be able to pay your house off? Yeah, look, if you are determined, this is the Queen of Swords. She is determined. She is going to get what she wants regardless. So I'm going to say yes to that, all right? Melody, I really feel like, yeah, oh, and then we have the Knight of Cups coming in at the bottom. You will. You know, like I said, where there's a will, there's a way, and I see you paying off your house. Masuba Brenda, welcome in. You got a 4 of Swords and the Devil for your boyfriend. Doesn't mean he got STDs. That doesn't come in, that's not very positive. I'd be afraid of that. Oh, thank you, Judy, for the bigger cup of coffee. Now, for sure, I can get a latte, right? I don't drink lattes. What do I drink? I am Americano kind of gal. Americana, like cream. That's what I like. Thank you so much, Judy, for that cup of coffee. Really, really appreciate that. Listen, that 4 of Swords, that's so unsettling. And with that Devil, I mean, you know how unsettled this energy is with your boyfriend. Come on, Goddess, you know that. I gotta pull a card for you here. Listen, you know exactly where he stands. You are right on top. Don't let this guy, you know, Goddess, I gotta tell you, I don't know why you're with this person. Maybe it's because he's the bad boy. Let's find out if he cheats at work, all right? Let's find out if your guy cheats at work. Grateful, thankful for all of you. Really appreciate you. I really enjoy coming on here every morning. You know, this is the work I'm called to do. This is good work, okay? Good work. All right, Goddess, let's find out if he cheats at work. The answer is yes, he does. He does cheat at work. And man, look, it's wanting you to move on from him. All right, enough with you, Goddess, because I'm going to lead you in a direction. I don't want to influence you. We each have free will. But, yeah, your guy, he's trouble. He is definitely trouble. Aguila, you want to ask something? Go ahead. Go ahead. You lived together for 3 years. So you know him. You know him, Goddess, right? Yeah, I know how that goes. I know. Well, maybe we can start working towards some positivity and maybe things will turn. Maybe you win that big lottery ticket. Was it Leo? Was it Leo that I read for that had the winning ticket? Anyway, Aguila would like to ask a question. So, yeah, let's see what Aguila has. Let's see. What's your question, Aguila? Masuba, welcome in. Okay, I'm going to manifest the lottery ticket for you. I'll have to pull numbers. No contact situation. Will he contact you again? Will he come back again? Let's see. All right, let's find out this no contact situation with Aguila. What are their feelings? Are they coming back? Yes? No? Inquiring minds want to know. Will he text you? Let's see first if he's coming back, all right? And then we'll see whether he'll text you. I don't see him coming back. I see someone else. Yeah, I don't like this, you know. Listen, we've got the 2 of Cups coming up. You know, I think there was a time, Aguila, when, you know, you really loved this person. But I just don't feel like they're the same person anymore. Because here we have the 2 of Cups as the final outcome. It's reversed. Yeah, I think this one is over. And I think, you know, you won, honestly. Because I get a lot of manipulation. You know, it's like he was one person to you and another person when you weren't around. He didn't make you your best, all right? When we're with someone, you know, it is about them bringing the best of us out. And I feel like this person, the fact that you are no longer in no contact is probably good for you. And if anybody is going to be the one to contact, I think you will be the one to reach out and not them. So that's what I've got for you, Aguila. Sasha, welcome in. Thanks, Sasha. Vashi, will you meet your love in the future? I don't know. Let's see. Sure, I'll do it for you, Miss Morrow. But first, I'm gonna pull a card for Vashi over here. Vashi wants to know whether or not he's gonna meet their love in the future. Let's see if Vashi's gonna meet their love here in the near future. Let's find out, Vashi. I can't say the first part of your name, so I'm not even gonna try. You know, you have to be very careful, Vashi, that you don't get involved with somebody who is going to, you know, kind of destabilize you, all right? I see a little codependent energy happening, you know, with this person in the future. Don't settle, all right? Can I tell you that? Don't settle. And I also feel like you are going to meet somebody who will be intellectually matched with you, all right? So what I mean by that is I feel like you are going to first meet somebody who, you know, you really can really converse and have great conversation. But I do see that this person that you may end up with could become a little codependent. And that's never very healthy. And I also feel like you could end up with somebody who's a little jealous. So be very careful, Vashi, of this person in the future. Just know that, you know, they'll want to keep a very short leash on you. Miss Morrow. Let's see. I'm going to do a reading for you. I'd love to pull a card for Judy. She always pops in with such positivity and bright light. So thank you, Judy Bartholomew, for your super chat and just for who you are. You've got really, really beautiful energy. All right, Miss Morrow. Let's find out. No romance, just future and career stuff. Let's find out. Miss Morrow doesn't want anything to do with romance. Let's just see what's going on with her career. All right, Miss Morrow, are you here? Here we go. Are you ready? Here's your cards, Miss Morrow. You have the Chariot. So I like that Death card. I do see something coming to an end. Listen, you know, you may be given an opportunity to do something and it could take you in a new direction. It would mean, you know, you giving up a lot, but this could be a card of travel. This could be an energy around you making a move when it comes to your work. You know, it's funny. I don't see you taking it, though. You know why? Because there's this energy around this King of Pentacles that you don't trust and you don't like. Yeah, I don't know whether or not you really want to start this new beginning with this king, because this is somebody who's pretty shrewd and ruthless and very, very cheap. Really, really cheap. So yeah, when it comes to your career, there could be a change, but I just don't see you making the move. I mean, it's like you want to make the move, but you don't make the move. It's almost like you hang in there a little bit longer, but you know, you're very guarded. You know, I just think when it comes to your future, you've got to be careful that you don't get yourself involved into situations where you feel that you've been manipulated, because I do see a situation like that. We've got this King, we've got this Temperance. I don't like this combination because this person won't be very patient. So if somebody pressures you this year to make a shift or a change, think twice about it. All right, that's what I've got to tell you, Miss Morrow. All right, be very, very careful with that. All right, let's see who else is in the house. Lata, I already pulled for you, Lata, so I'm gonna pull for people that I haven't pulled for. All right, so we're gonna move on. Thank you, Goddess. Always good to have you in the house. All right, let's see. Atisha. Hi, will you be with Thomas in the long run? Yeah, because I do feel like somebody's going to try to really put pressure on you, Mrs. Morrow. And, you know, that for their, because, you know, you may be, you know, exactly what they need. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're valuable. And in so doing, they could try to really push something on. And I just don't see it being a good thing. So watch out for that King of Pentacles. All right, let's see. Keishan, let's see if you're going to be with Thomas in the long run. Upright for yes. Hit that like button, people. There's 35 of you guys in there. There's only 16 likes. Let's match them up, all right? Just such a simple thing. That's all I really ask is to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And those super chats are always happy. Always makes me happy to see. But that's not why I come on here. All right, let's see. Atishan, let's see if you will be with Thomas in the long run. No. I feel like Thomas isn't always honest with you. And I feel like he's a little toxic. And so I don't think that this is going to be a good relationship in the end. You know, I mean, these are really heavy cards, all right? I'm just calling them as I see it. I know you would love to see this happen. and this becoming a deep committed relationship, but I see trouble. Lots of trouble, Tishan. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, and then we have the Eight of Cups. So this could end up being a relationship where it's just going to be really hard. There could be some drinking, partying, just some things about it that are just so toxic. So you may not want to get involved with it. So that's what I see for you, Atishan. Masuba. Yeah, good luck with that, Mrs. Morrow. Good luck with that. Yeah, pressure. It's amazing what happens when we're put under pressure. Myself, I think I do better when I'm under pressure. You know, I can say no when I'm under pressure. That's for sure. All right, let's see. I was going to look at a card for Masuba Brenda. She'd like to know about her scholarship outcome. All right, let's see. Upright, good outcome. Reverse, maybe not so good, but let's see. What's coming on for her outcome for her scholarship? Masuba would like to know. Let's see. Look, I feel as if, you know, you're given a chance. I mean, I like the Judgment card coming out. You know, it could be a situation, you know, it starts out where you're given a chance, but something doesn't go right with this, all right? I don't like that these two cards came out, the Justice card and the Queen of Pentacles for the scholarship. Because I think you are really in line for it with this Judgment card. I think you are really in line for it, but you may not get it, all right? You may not get it. But I do see another opportunity coming towards you, all right? So you may not get the scholarship, but you may get something else, all right? That's what I'm getting for you. Yeah, definitely. This wants to come out. All right. So, yeah, you're going to get a brand new opportunity. Money is involved. Yeah. So, you know, if you were up for it and you didn't get the scholarship before, you know, I mean, there's a lot of indications that it could really, really come through for you. But there's just some kind of weird thing that happens before you get it. But there will be a good outcome for you. All right. So, Masuba, so just stay on that. You know, we got to stay focused on the prize more than anything else. All right, Reader the Manju, one card for you. One card for you. Hi, Amanda, welcome in. The Quickster, good morning. All right, let's see. Reader the Manju, one card for you. Are you out there? Here comes your card. You ready? I'm going to shuffle one more time. All right, one more card for the Read the Manju. One card for you. Grateful, thankful for the messages. All right, we've got the King of Swords coming in for you. All right, so Reader the Manju, if this is you, you need to lighten up a little bit. All right, because when the King comes up upside down, this is really tough. It's almost like, you know, you're stirring with anger, you're moving with a little bit of like a grunt. Don't do that, all right? And when we see the King come up like reverse too, I mean, be careful of a situation, whether this is you or somebody who's going to do this to you, where they don't give you good advice, all right? The advice might be good for them, but it's not for you. So be careful of that as well, you know, because I don't trust the words of a King of a Sword reversed, you know, and it could end up where, you know, they could make things more confusing and complicated for you. So I don't know what that's about, Reader the Manju, but those are the cards that I got. Let me look at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords, make sure that you get the truth out of this person, all right? So if you don't like the advice this person is giving you, then, you know, call them on it. All right, just call them on it. All right, Quickster, good morning. Wondering, will love find you? Love always finds us. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for the Quickster. The Quickster would like to know whether love will find them. Let's find out. Quickster. And the card says, look, love will find you. But, you know, you got to let go of, you're so busy, you're taking care of all kinds of things, you don't have time for love to find you. But I also feel like with this card, when you're not looking and when you really are at that point that you think, you know, nothing's ever going to come, nobody's ever going to be there, I think they're going to show up. And I think they're going to show up and they're going to be able to help you. So you may actually meet someone when you're in a situation where you're struggling and someone kind of shows up, and that could end up being your person. So I like that for you, Quickster. Amanda, how are you? Amanda, let me see. Could I see if you could pursue justice about your children's situation, please and thank you. All right, I am definitely going to pull a card for you, Amanda. All right, let's see what's going on for Amanda and her children. She is looking for justice in her children's situation. Can you give me a couple cards on this situation for Amanda around her children? All right, Amanda, you ready? Let's see. We have the King of Swords, Five of Swords, Emperor reversed. So, you know, the King of Swords, this could be an energy around your lawyer, all right? And then we have the Five of Swords. This is really, it's like a losing battle, all right? When we have the Five of Swords, it's about arguing, fighting, you know, and things like that. And then we have the Emperor coming in reversed. Tough. I need to get a couple more cards on that. Well, the situation, it's tough because I don't see, you know, the struggle is real for you to get these kids, whatever it is. And then we've got the Star card. You know, I wonder whether or not your lawyer is wondering whether or not there's going to be a good outcome. Because I feel like, you know, this lawyer is not giving you a lot of hope. Don't be afraid to get another opinion. All right? I really feel like I need to tell you that. Because if your lawyer is looking and saying, I don't know whether or not we can go up against this Emperor reversed and win, I think you have to try. Because here we have this Five of Cups. Like, I feel as if they're going to try to come back and give you an offer that you're not going to want. Look, you've got your hand over that cup. You don't want these two cups. Yeah. Yeah, I'm, you know, this could be a really hard case because I'm just not feeling the news that comes through. I mean, the battle is real. All right, Amanda? I'm definitely feeling the battle. But we do have the Hierophant coming up reversed with the Page of Swords. Really be careful because I feel as if there's going to be some really negative words that are said. And like I said, I feel as if your lawyer isn't very optimistic about a good outcome. If anything, there's a lot of stress. But listen, bottom of the deck says be patient. Really, be patient. Don't get in your head. Don't let this get to you. All right? Don't get in your head. If things don't work out the way that you think they're going to work out, because I feel like this is going to be a really tough battle. All right? But these two cards say don't get in your head and just believe. Be very, very patient. All right, Amanda, that was a hard read. Hard read. I'm sorry, you know, but it's going to be a tough battle. But, you know, don't be afraid. I mean, your lawyer, you know, see whether or not, you know, someone else, you know, in the firm or, you know, get another opinion. Make sure that there is no other options. All right, what else we got going on? Swati, welcome in. I wanted so desperately to find some positive outcome for you, Amanda, and it just wasn't coming up. But what did come up was that Temperance, and that told me kind of stop. Just be patient, be optimistic, all right? You know, even though things don't look good, you know, that Temperance, there's things going on behind the scenes, all right? All right, out of the world, welcome. Nice to see you guys in the chat. Lily Hillies. Aloha. We got somebody from the islands here. Nice to have you in. Welcome in, Mini Treats. Nice to see you. Welcome in, you guys. All right, listen, I'm going to have to call it quits here. I've got to get on my way. I am traveling down south here. So, yeah, I've got to get in my car and get on down the road. But this has been a really great day. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Really appreciate the super chats, the cup of coffee you bought me today. Yeah, and I will see you all later. I will be back here tomorrow. Lot to come back in tomorrow, and let's see if I can answer some of the questions. You put a lot out there. I was just trying to get to those people that didn't have a chance yet. Anyway, welcome in, welcome in. All right, Quickster, I'll see you all later. Amanda, Judy, Lily, Swati, all of you guys. Thanks for being a part of my channel. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.